He said from the beginning his people knew if it's a choice between him and the alternative, he can win. He's lucked into an alternative named Sharron Angle, who is vulnerable.
Tell me about it. Why? Is this just because you hate Tea Partiers?
Yeah. No, I love the activism of the Tea Party people and their commitment to try to change America. She has extreme positions that are out of step with the mainstream. She's for abolishing the Social Security, the Department of Education. She favors the Yucca Mountain nuclear repository in her state, which is about a 70-30 issue against her. She's not shown a primetime ability to raise money, and she's not shown a primetime ability to walk back some of these positions.
The bigger problem for her, though, and you've said it before, is the fact that she went to Washington a couple of weeks ago. She went to New York. She went to raise money. And all of the people, and I had the Republican Party saying I was too radical back in '94, and so nobody would give me any money. I went and talked to them. I'm like, dude, what's up? And they're like, okay, he's okay. And so they started writing checks for me. It happened the opposite for her. She went there, they met her, their hair fell out, they were horrified.
They want to beat Harry Reid, but they don't want to bet on a loser. And
they think she's a loser. The PAC community in Washington, D.C. and in New York thinks she's a loser.
That's what they think right now.
The thing that struck me about you were just talking about Nevada is that you guys cover these things very professionally, and you talk about them very professionally. But Harry Reid's opponent sounds like a mental patient when you hear it. And nobody, I don't care whether you live in Nevada, Massachusetts, or Arkansas, when you're voting, you don't want to be embarrassed by the person you're sending to Washington, D.C. And there's an element of her that is embarrassing, I think, for a resident of Nevada.
Well, I don't want to miss a chance, since Mike brought it up again, to rip the scab off of Sharron Angle.
Good Lord.
Anybody who talks about using Second Amendment methods to deal with a Congress they don't like shouldn't be in the Congress. People who talk about using gunplay against politicians they don't like should try to remember Dallas and places like that.
Well, okay, I'm a little late to this party, Chris. What was her exact quote, since it's been brought up twice?
She said she understands why people think of and resort to Second Amendment solutions to the Democrats in Congress they don't like.
And what was her explanation of that?
That's a problem.
How did she try to walk that back?
Well, there isn't any walking back. She didn't try. She says the Second Amendment should be used to fight what they see as tyranny in Washington. It's used for armaments against the self-governments of the United States. These people treat Washington as if it's a colonial power somewhere off in the distance.
Stop here. I somehow missed this, even though we do like an 18-hour show a day. Sharron Angle said that she wanted to use the Second Amendment solution.
She didn't
She understands why people resort or think of resorting to Second Amendment solutions.
Okay,
yes,
what a jackass. Okay, that race is over. Let's go to a competitive race. Okay, Chris, that race is over, Chris. That race is over. She's a jackass.
She's running against Harry Reid.
I know. She's going to lose if she's talking about people shooting it. So let's talk about a race that's actually going to be close.